Hey guys, what's up? Ted, Bodies and Wicks. What I want to do is revisit our algo discussion from yesterday, and let's see where we're at. Let's keep following this one. All right, so yes, please also join my locals community if you're checking out Rumble. Uh, I'm giving out exclusive content on there, primarily signals. Here I'm giving videos to talk about smart money, but there I will give out charts and where I think things will be going, as well as some core content. Core being the app, QOORE. If you want to download that and follow me at Bodies and Wicks, you can do that. But I'll be giving my content on the locals community as well. So, or what you can do, just like and subscribe this video. You can try to keep updated as much as you can. I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can anyway. So first, let's head on over to the chart. And of course, I wouldn't have it up, but it won't take me long to bring it up. So give me just 1 second. It had it up, but then it decided to take it away. Hold on. All right, there it is. Okay. So, if I'm zoomed in, pretty good on this one. It's on the 4-hour chart. So what has happened basically since the low, as I was talking about? I thought I would go back up. And what I did, I measured from, it came down, it made a low here, right? It didn't crack this low just yet, pulled back up, made a short-term high almost equal with another high, and then came down and broke that low. So there is where it broke structure, right? So it's breaking structure on its way down, right? So this is what is giving me the idea that it is going to go down even further. I'm not just pulling this out of my butt and saying, hey, look at what happened from a long time ago, and that it's going to get below that. Yeah, that does give me some clues. Generally speaking, that is where your liquidity pool is going to be below that. But now I'm starting to look at this and say, okay, where are we going from here? It created a 4-hour fair value gap right here. Don't know if you can see that box right there. Which means there was an imbalance. So what is price going to do? It is going to try to fill the imbalance. It comes up, and then we have the bearish order block, which is your last bullish candle before the next bearish candles come down and close below it. So, and also you have a low, high, lower, low scenario, which also makes this kind of a breaker. So it comes up into the bearish order block, also breaker, meaning that if they had bought the smart money buying right here at this point to get people to also buy, thinking that is going to start moving up in that direction, they turn around and they put the brakes on this and they sell hardcore to sell off, and also put a short on it, and then everybody is stuck, whoever is buying, with the tab basically as they go short. They break the low here to where people are also trying to but go long, so they bring it back up to a point to where people have to where they've already went long. Now they're breaking even at this point, right? So what would they do if they broke even at this point? They would drop that, right, and break even, and then sell short. That's what that's what smart money would effectively do. So this this thing that I have going way up here may not happen. It may actually just be right here because of this scenario that it has created. So I am going to get rid of this entirely, and just say that it is going to continue to pull down, because when I looked at a lot of other charts, especially on the monthly, it doesn't, a lot of them don't make sense. Like we may finish on a positive on the week, yes, but we still have a week and a half left in the month, right? Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I think it's St. Patrick's Day, right? Happy St. Patrick's Day. But we should be finishing up on the week. It may do, you know, little, you know, just kind of hovering around in this area, maybe this 4-hour fair value gap. I would think it would try to, I don't know, fill that within the 15-minute block. If we look in the 15-minute block, I may have only done it very quickly. It did, yeah, kind of like did it very quickly. I think it might pull back, hit this 15-minute block, hit the bottom of the 4-hour fair value gap, come back up, hit the top of it, and then make a drop after that. As you can see, there is a 15-minute fair value gap in here, and this is what I am looking at now as possible target number 1, because it only barely entered it, right? And we have broken a low, right, causing this, breaking that low, causing it to break structure, coming up a little bit higher, but it still did not break this high. So we have not broken structure. If it comes up and breaks this short-term high, then I might start thinking the other way, you know. But until then, I am thinking right now this is the time to short it. And you know, like what I have right here as far as the, you know, go long scenario, and you know, this is what I believe a retail trader would possibly have, right? But my idea would be that it would possibly come down here to this area, to the 4065 area, and this these coordinates here in between 3802 and 4063, somewhere in between there. I think that is where it is headed ultimately. Unfortunately, I just think this is a short-term, you know, a weekly candle that is going to be green, but in a monthly, I think the candle is going to be red. I thought March was going to be the turnaround this year, you know, for this year. I don't think so now, just by looking at the charts, because if we do look at most of the monthlies, like let's look at, I mean, think of something like a BNB, like, and they're, I mean, most of these charts do almost all look the same. It's kind of freaky, to be honest. But let's look at BNB, and let me use this chart that I don't normally use. That way it's not all, there's not stuff all over it. And I usually don't use FTX, even though it's a good chart to use. Now, if we go to, I have the hourly, let's go to the monthly. 1 month, here we go. Because this is the way you have to think in terms, you really have to think long-term strategy whenever it comes to crypto. Okay, so what has happened is that we do have a, I mean, kind of a bullish order block, but actually they both are about equal here. So this is what kind of freaks me out about these, is that, you know, bullish order block would have come up and closed above it. Now this one, technically considered an action block, I guess you would say, because it's in the middle. of, you know, the upward motion of the chart, but it gets below it and closes below it. So that's what makes me think that we are still going down, right? Because this came below this green candle, closed below it, and so that would make this a bearish order block going, a monthly bearish order block, mind you, going back this way. So I think on the monthly, it came back up, yes, into the body of this monthly candle, which was September of 21, but it didn't close above it. It stayed within the body, came back down. Now it looks like we are going to be moving back down, and I think possibly within, I think we'll end up in the body of this candle here. So let me draw a box within the body of that candle there. I think we are going to close somewhere in here, like with BNB. So I think all the charts are going to be doing the same. I think if we do algo, if we go to the monthly, let me take a look. No, come on. Being really weird. You can see here, this is where I think, you know, everybody would think of it as a, you know, support point, because you have so many points to where it comes down to and it stops. But here is your actual bullish order block on the monthly, is right here. So if we extend this, and I even have it well down here as the 4 hour, but if we want to look at the monthly, it could even go above that. So me saying it going all the way down to, you know, 4063 to, you know, 3 something, maybe that's a little bit too bearish, to be honest. We could just be looking at 50 cents, you know. That could be possibly the lowest that it could get, and then bounce off that 50% mark, and then that would be it. So 0, hit okay, and let me maybe not make this text so huge. I think I made it huge yesterday so people could kind of see it, but and the 4250 was like an, you know, an equal point that we did see at, you know, on like a 4 hour level. But if we're looking at the monthly, it could just stop right above that. I think at the 50 cent mark, right where this this candle is, because that is the start of your bearish order block, because that is where the monthly candles go down, they stop, turns around, and the monthly candles close above it. That's when this one closes above it, which is back in January of 21. And that is when you start having a more bullish chart. Now, and this chart is still bullish. If we're looking at it this way, with algo, it is still a bullish chart. It still has the ability to come back to 50 cents and still be a bullish chart. It still has the ability to come back to 40 cents actually and still be a bullish chart. It's only if we get it closing below this you know, 22 cent mark right here, that's when we really think it's gonna be bearish. Okay, and that's really low, to be honest. I mean, 50 cents is actually pretty low, but that's going to be your best time to buy, is when it gets down to about 50 cents. So be careful, be wary. That's all I got to say. I'm not trying to give financial advice to anybody. This is all just experience that I have had with smart money, and watching these charts do what they do, watching them from, you know, all these different kinds of levels. Just be careful, especially in, everybody wants to think of things in the short term. I like to look at things in the very, very long term, right? So in the very, very long term, this is a still very bullish chart, but it still can also come back and retrace quite a bit. and still be bullish. So just be wary, think long term, think long run, and that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and always keep your pants on.